Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just rise for a couple of comments, if I may.
Please proceed, Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I sit and listen to this bill, and I've been through a few implementers since I've been here, I do have to agree with my colleague from the 151st District who talked about this bill being a catch-all. And I agree with him that that is just not good policy, that things that didn't pass just got thrown into this. And one of the things that I'm really concerned about in this piece of legislation is the section on modular curriculum. And this section goes through and discusses things that are going to be taught to our kids from kindergarten through 8th grade. And as I look at some of the things in here, well, first of all, I don't understand how a kindergartner can really get the concept of financial, personal finance, although I think that that's a great thing, but I think that reading and writing at that point is a little more important than personal finance. Now, when they get into high school, possibly middle school, I think that that's really important that they understand personal finance and how to handle that. But there's also things in here, even climate change, and we can debate if we think that it is climate change or not. But what is that going to be taught in the schools? Who's coming up with these things on whether it is or is not man-made? When I also, I look at some of the other things in here that I think kids organically will learn without the government enforcing it on them. So this really concerns me. And I will say that, in this legislature, the only thing we have is our word. And actually, I was working with someone on this piece of legislation, and it was just not transparent. And I believe that as a legislature, we all have to work together, and I hope in the future that when things like this happen, that we all are transparent with each other and honest with each other. So this is one of the biggest concerns in this piece of legislation for me, is this certain section. And honestly, I think parents have a right to know what's being taught and what the government is telling that should be taught. I also believe that it should be in high school. These things should not be taught in kindergarten or elementary school. They should be taught as kids get older. And as I had said before, things happen organically with our kids. It should not be people in this legislature forcing them. So that's really it. I just wanted to make those comments, but most importantly, I hope people stick to their word and that they are transparent moving forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.